We cross once again to Abra Barbier, who is live from the parliamentary precinct. Abra, good afternoon to you once again. It's all eyes on Parliament, and by vast opinion, we're expecting the President to spend much of the SONA on the economy, aren't we, Abra?
Yes, that is what we've been told by various opposition parties. We will be speaking to economists later on as well, just to find out exactly what they think about how much focus, or if there was enough focus on the economy. But we'll bring that to you after he's done with his speech, because only then obviously can we truly analyze what was said and whether it is what the nation wanted to hear. When we were speaking to various opposition parties over the last few weeks, just in terms of expectations across the board, the consensus was that there should be a huge focus on the economy. As my colleague Mzwai mentioned earlier on, the economy is really sluggish at the moment. People are really concerned. So people basically want to know what government's plans are for them going forward this year and how it's going to impact on their pocket. I think that's basically what everybody wants to hear, is exactly what is the president going to say in terms of what's going to happen in their wallets. But what I can tell you, where I'm standing right now, I'm on the steps of the National Assembly. This is going to be the scene of much, or the site of much pomp and ceremony in a few hours. Parliament is still buzzing. It's still a hive of activity. The entire city is buzzing. In fact, as you know, there are marches being held in various points around the city, and my colleagues are there keeping an eye on that. But here we still have media houses very busy trying to wrap up their stories, trying to get as much information as possible. The red carpet itself has not yet been rolled out. That will be rolled out later on. That in itself is a very, it takes precision to roll out the red carpet. There's a very special way in which it needs to be done. And then from around 3:30, we'll see people start trickling in. People will start appearing here to show off their fancy threads. This is the day that MPs take the opportunity to not dress as stiff and professionally as they usually have to when they sit in committees, when they sit in the House, or in the two houses of Parliament at least. So today we'll see some flair and some colour. But the other question, of course, is with Parliament itself cutting the budget for SONA this year, will MPs be spending as much money and splashing out as much as what they did in previous years on designer gowns, or are they going to go the route of just, tightening their own belts and wearing simpler outfits today? But that we will bring to you later on. We normally do our live crossings from the red carpet. We'll be keeping an eye on the colors and, as I mentioned, the fashion and all of that. And once the red carpet is rolled out, that's when the actual proceedings kick off in terms of entertainment as well. The band will be here entertaining the crowd with music. Along the main walk, there will be a guard of honor lined up. That guard of honor is made up of various community members who stand out in their community, who've been specifically chosen to represent their communities over here. And of course, kids from school kids will also be part of the guard of honor. And that all forms part of the public participation leg of today, which is a very, very big focus of SONA each year, because it's not just about what happens here in the House and the President and his cabinet and the presiding officers and the various MPs. It's actually about the nation. It's called the State of the Nation Address. So it's about the nation. So people should be tuning in today, and people have a very vested interest in what the President has to say. So this entire day is about the people out there, and hopefully they'll be tuning in to SABC throughout the day to see what we will be bringing you. So Natasha, I will speak to you later on.
Abra, thank you very much for that update. Our parliamentary reporter live from the parliamentary precinct, Abra Barbier, who's been bringing us updates throughout the afternoon. But as she says, she will continue to bring updates right here on SABC as we await the President's State of the Nation address, which will be at 7 o'clock. But of course, proceedings kick off from 4 o'clock. We are waiting for the red carpet to be rolled out. So still a few final touches before we see the dignitaries start to arrive at Parliament.